Good morning, students. This is Sandhya from Ashoka Universal School, Ashoka Marg branch. Today we are going to study mountains. The mountains are the Himalayas, Aravalli Mountains, Vindhya Mountains, Satpura Mountains, Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, and Karakoram Mountain. Let us mark the first mountain, that is Himalayas. Himalayas extend from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, northeast part of our country, from north to northeast part of our country. We have three parallel ranges. The first range is called the Himadri, the second is called Himachal, and the third one is called the Shivalik. We are going to mark only two ranges, the first and the last one, that is the Himadri and the Shivalik range. Let us start with the first range. This is River Indus. This is River Jhelum. We are going to start marking from Jhelum River. Just below Jhelum River, we have to draw with erasable pencil first the line. So when we start drawing the line, remember wherever the rivers are falling, we are going to give gap, right? So the line will extend in this manner. It will follow the boundary of India in this area. Then from here, it will follow the boundary of Nepal. At this place, the boundary of Nepal gets over. Then we have to follow the north part of Sikkim. You have to cut. Then cut the top north part of Bhutan. So from here, then it has to enter into Arunachal Pradesh, give a gap for the Brahmaputra river, and then extend the line this side. So let us mark. So the first line will come in just below Jhelum river. We have to see that the lines are following one another. Give a gap for the river, the second line will come. Then small line. In this manner, you have to reach till the top part, the north part of Yamuna river. If you see properly, this line has reached the north part of Yamuna. Give a place for the Yamuna river to flow. The next line. In this manner, we have to follow the north boundary, here the boundary of India. And slowly now enter in Nepal. Once you enter in Nepal, you have to follow the boundary of Nepal to the northern part. Again, continue the same line. Wherever the rivers are falling, we have to give a gap. See that your line is following parallelly to the northern boundary of Nepal. It should be close to the boundary. Don't draw these lines far away from Nepal. It has to be very close to the northern boundary of Nepal. Give a line after Kosi River. I hope you have understood till this place. Now let us enter in India. This is the boundary of Nepal getting over. Cut the top part of Sikkim. Same line we have to continue. Now here there is no river seen in the map. So we can continue the same line. Cut the top part of Sikkim at this place. Cut the top part of Bhutan. Now at this place we have to enter in India, in Arunachal Pradesh, and go and stop near river Brahmaputra. Give place for Brahmaputra to flow, and to the other side of Brahmaputra river the same line will continue. Do not connect this line to the boundary of India. It has to, some gap has to be left at this place. If you observe properly, we have left place for the river to flow and the line is continued in this gap. I'll repeat how we had marked. We had started just below the Jhelum river. The line has to move one after another. Give place for the rivers to flow wherever they are falling. Follow the northern boundary of India till this place here. Then follow the northern boundary of Nepal. Just below the boundary we have to draw the line. This line and the boundary should be very close. Don't draw this line far away, right? So this line has to be very parallelly to the Nepal's boundary. Once you complete the line till Nepal, then cut the top part of Sikkim. This is Sikkim. Just cut the top part. Follow the same line has to follow in Bhutan. Cut the top part of Bhutan, the northern part of Bhutan. From this place, enter in India, Arunachal Pradesh. Give place for Brahmaputra river to flow and draw a line to the other side of Brahmaputra. When you draw the line to the other side of Brahmaputra, this line should not connect the boundary. There should be gap left in between. So this is the north range, the northern range of Himalaya. We call this range as the Greater Himalayas, or we call it as Himadri. Now once we find that the line is correct, we can take brown pencil and just overwrite the same line. You have to just overwrite the same line. See that neatness is there. when you draw the lines. Okay, so this is the northern range of Himalayas. We call this range as Himadri, or we call it as the Greater Himalayas. Right? Now let's go for the second range. The second range is the Shivalik range. Sorry, the third range we are going to draw. Second range we are not going to draw. We'll draw the third range, the Shivalik range. The third range will start just below Bias River. If you remember in rivers, we have learned this line is the Bias River and this is the Satluj River. So in between Bias and Satluj, the first line will come. Now remember, when we draw this range, the Shivalik range, it will follow the southern boundary of Nepal. It will run parallel to the southern boundary of Nepal. So by keeping that in mind, we have to draw the line. So this is Bias River and this is the Satluj River, right? Now, so first line will come here in between Bias and Satluj, give gap for the river to flow. When you draw this line, you have to keep it in mind. The line has to follow the southern boundary of Nepal. It has to be very close to the southern boundary. So accordingly, we will draw the line. It should fall in the same manner. Wherever the rivers are coming, give a gap. Now, once you reach here, you have entered in Nepal now at this place, right? Now, we have to draw the line parallel to the southern boundary. How we have drawn the first line parallel to the northern boundary? Similarly, this line has to run parallel to the southern boundary of Nepal. Wherever the rivers are coming, give a gap. So, we have reached till Kosi River, right? This is Kosi River. After Kosi River, you have to lift the line. From Kosi River, you have to lift the line. Remember, here we have the boundary of Bangladesh. Be careful. The line should not go in Bangladesh. So from here, we will lift the line. We will enter in Sikkim, enter in Bhutan. Now this line will be parallel to the southern boundary of Bhutan. So from Kosi River, the line will move to the southern boundary of Bhutan, reach till Brahmaputra and leave. I'm repeating. After Kosi River, we have to draw a line. It should not enter in Bangladesh. We have to lift the line little up. It has to cut the southern part of Sikkim. It has to follow the southern part of Bhutan. And it has to enter in Assam and leave the line very close to Brahmaputra River. You have to leave the line there. So this is the Shivalik range. Shivalik range is the range which is shorter compared to the first two. Now, I'll repeat with the brown pencil. Now we have to overwrite, right? Let us start. Just below Bias River, the first line will come. Then, after that, Satluj River, Yamuna, Ganga. Wherever the rivers are coming, you have to leave a gap. You have to follow the southern boundary of Nepal now. Very close to the southern boundary, you have to draw the line. Overwrite the line with the brown pencil. Once you reach Kosi River, after Kosi River, you have to lift the line, cut the southern part of Sikkim. The line will pass parallel to the southern boundary of Bhutan, enter in India in Assam and leave the line. So this is the Shivalik range. Now let us mark any one place you can put the arrow. No need to put several arrows. One arrow is enough. So this is Shivalik range. We also call it as the Outer Himalayas. Or we also call it as the Outer Himalayas. Right? So this is two ranges of Himalayas. Now let us mark The next mountain, Karakoram mountain. Again, Karakoram mountain lies to the northern part in Jammu and Kashmir. We have learned this is Indus River. This is the boundary of India. If you remember, we have learned here a pass, Karakoram Pass. Just to the left hand side of Karakoram Pass, we have learned a peak, Mount Godwin Austin. Now, by keeping all this in mind, you will have to draw the Karakoram mountain. Karakoram mountain runs parallel to the Indus River. So it should not connect Indus River, but it should run parallel to the Indus River. It should not connect the boundary of India. That means very close to the Indus River, you can draw a line moving parallel. Now, see the line properly. I have drawn the line parallel to the Indus River. This line is not connecting Indus River. There is a gap left. This line is not going too much to the north side because here we have Mount Godwin Austin. Here we have Karakoram Pass. So you have to leave place for that. So this is Karakoram mountain. Here we have Karakoram Pass. So remember, it's very easy. This Karakoram mountain should not connect the boundary of India this side. Now let's overwrite the mountain with the brown pencil and then label it. This is Karakoram mountain. I hope you have understood, right? Now let's go to Aravalli mountain. Here you can see I have taken help of certain coordinates to mark Aravalli. I'll explain you the coordinates first. Coordinates means the lines that will help us to mark the mountain correctly. This is Kutch Peninsula. This is Kutch Peninsula. This is the boundary of Kutch Peninsula shared with Pakistan this side, right? So from this boundary, one parallel line I have drawn. From this boundary, one parallel line I have drawn. Straight horizontal line I have drawn. Okay? I'm repeating. This is Run of Kutch. This is the boundary of India and Pakistan. From here, one straight line I have drawn. This is Gulf of Khambhat. And from Gulf of Khambhat, I have taken the reference line. A straight line I have drawn. I have got a cross now. This cross is the starting point of Aravalli now. Okay, I have to start Aravalli mountain from this place. Now, how much the mountain should extend to the north? For that, I have taken the help of one more coordinate. The coordinate is this place. Now, if you remember, in map pointing, we have learned this is Ghagra river coming from Nepal. This line is the line of Ghagra river at this place, right? Now, this is Gomti river. After Gomti river, this joint you can see. So, from there, I have drawn one horizontal line, this manner. Now, why this line has been drawn? So that Aravalli mountain do not extend too much to the north. Now, it's very easy. From this point, I have to draw freehand. We don't have to use scale for drawing mountain. Right? Remember, we do not have to use scale to draw mountains. We have to draw with freehand. So, from here to this line, I have to draw one curved line. Right? This is Aravalli mountain. I can overwrite that now with brown pencil. Right. So this is Aravalli mountain. Very easy to remember. Remember children, in exam, these lines which we have drawn for our help should be erased. For time being, let these lines be there in your map so that when you practice, you will practice correctly. In exam, these lines which we had drawn to draw Aravalli mountain should be erased. Now, let's label it. So this mountain is called as Aravalli. Right. Now let's go to Vindhya. Vindhya mountain is to the northern part of Narmada river, right? When we draw Vindhya mountain, the most important thing is the Vindhya mountain should not connect Narmada river. Second important thing, it should not connect the boundary of India. at the coast. It should be away from the coast. That means we are going to start from this place, right? We are going to start Vindhya mountain from this place. From here, the mountain will connect the tip of Chambal, the tip of Betwa, and the mountain will end at this place where the slope of Narmada starts. While drawing this line, remember the line should not connect Narmada river. That means from here, when you draw the line, this way the line will come. It should not go too much to the river Chambal and Betwa. It can connect the starting point of Chambal and Betwa. Now the line of Vindhya mountain should be away from the coast, the most important thing, and it should not connect Narmada river. This line is correct. Now let me draw that line with brown pencil. So this is Vindhya mountain, right? Now let us label it. See here, you can see the gap left in between Narmada and Vindhya. And here we have left gap away from the coast. It has to be. So let us label it now. So this mountain is Vindhya. Now let us mark the next mountain, that is Satpura. Satpura mountain lies in between Narmada and Tapi. This is Narmada river, this is Tapi river. There is a gap here. So in this gap, the mountain Satpura will come. When you mark mountain Satpura, it is similar to Vindhya. We have to start away from the coast. That means we'll start from this place, right? And wherever the Tapi river ends, only that much is the Satpura mountain. That means the line will move in between this gap only till the point where Tapi river ends. Exactly above that the Satpura mountain should end. Again now, let us draw this line with brown pencil. Right, so this is Satpura mountain. Now let's label it. Satpura mountain also is away from the coast. It is not from the coast. That gap has to be left. You have to leave this gap. Satpura mountain. Okay. So these two mountains are clear. Now let us go to Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. When we draw Western Ghat lies to the western side, southwest side of peninsular India. When we draw ghats, again brown pencil we have to use, but before that let us draw the line with erasable pencil. This is the starting point of Godavari river, right? All these starting points of the river will have to take as a reference. This is the western coast, southwest coast of India. The line will be moving parallel to the coast, but it will not connect the coast. I am repeating. The Western Ghats line will run parallel to the coast, but it will not connect the coast. A gap has to be left. We can start the line connecting the starting point of the river, but the line should not connect the coast. Let us start. It starts from river Godavari. So exactly in front of river Godavari, I am going to draw first line, and we have to stop at river Krishna. We are going to draw three lines. We are going to draw three lines for Western Ghat. The first line starts exactly in front of Godavari river till river Krishna. So this line is parallel to the coast. There is a gap left in between. Now the second line, leave the gap for the Krishna river to flow. Just below Krishna river, we are going to start the next line. Again, this line will be coming till the river Kaveri. See properly. From Krishna river, we had drawn the line till Kaveri, the second line. Gap is left in between the coast and the Western Ghats. Third line. Western Ghat ends at Nilgiri Hills, or here we have Cardamom Hills. So that's the end of Western Ghat. So leave the gap for the Kaveri river to flow. From here, the third line which we will draw, it has to end where we have drawn Nilgiri Hills. So if you remember, we had drawn Nilgiri Hills here. Okay, here lies Nilgiri Hills. So from this place, starting point of Kaveri, this is the U-turn of Kaveri river. Remember, in front of this U-turn, we have to end Western Ghat at this place. Exactly in front of this U-turn. So from starting point of Kaveri river, we have drawn a short line. It should end where we mark Nilgiri Hills. Exactly in front of Nilgiri Hills is the end of Western Ghat. So let's override the line, the first line, the second line, and the third line. So this is Western Ghat. While labeling, no need to draw three lines. Any one place you can put an arrow. Any one line you can show, point it out. And let's write this as Western Ghats. Okay. So this is Western Ghat. I'll repeat, from river Godavari, we had drawn till river Krishna. From Krishna till river Kaveri, the second line. And just below Kaveri river till the Nilgiri Hills, we have drawn the third line. So these are the three lines of Western Ghat. Remember, we have to leave a gap here. This is Western Coastal Plains. Okay, so this narrow gap has to be left. Now, let us mark Eastern Ghat. Eastern Ghat lies to the southeast coast of India and it is starting just below river Mahanadi. There are only two lines. For Eastern Ghat, we have to draw two lines. This is the U-turn of Mahanadi. This is river Godavari. So in between these two rivers, first line will come. When you draw this line, it has to run parallel to southeast coast. So remember this U-turn of Mahanadi, just before that, the first line will come. Here, the first line will come, right? What reference point you have to take? This is the U-turn of Mahanadi. Just before that, you have to start the line. Do not connect this line to the rivers. There should be gap this way. This is the first line. Leave the gap for in between Mahanadi and Godavari at this side also. The line should not connect the river. There is no ghats in between Godavari and Krishna because the ghats have got eroded due to the soil erosion that is caused by Godavari and Krishna. So now we don't have here ghats. The land is flat. So we will not mark any line here. We'll go to this gap. Now this is river Krishna and this is river Kaveri. Right? This is the U-turn of Kaveri for our reference. With reference to this line, we have to start from this place. This is the joint of Tungabhadra. Just before that, we have to start. And a line will run parallel to southeast coast. It will come down. And just at the U-turn of Kaveri, we have to end. Very close to the U-turn of Kaveri river, we have to end. Second line, I'll repeat. Just before the joint of Tungabhadra, we have to start the line, draw, and stop at the U-turn of Kaveri. So these are the two lines. Again, let's overwrite it with brown pencil. The first and the second. Okay. So this is Eastern Ghat. Let us label it now. Any one place you can put a pointer. Eastern Ghats. Right. So let's have a quick recap. This is Eastern Ghat. You have started just below the U-turn of Mahanadi, very close to that U-turn. We have drawn a line in between Mahanadi and Godavari. There is no line here in between Godavari and Krishna. From Krishna to Kaveri river, we had drawn one more line just before the U-turn of, just before the joint of Tungabhadra we have started. The line should not connect the river. From here we have started. A gap has to be left here. The line will run parallel to southeast coast. This is the parallel line. And here it will stop at the U-turn of Kaveri. So this is Eastern Ghats. So this was all about the mountains. We had learnt Karakoram mountain. We have learned two ranges of Himalayas. The northern range Himadri and the southern range Shivalik. Then we had learnt Aravali mountains, Vindhya mountains, Satpura mountains, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So this was all about the mountains. Remember, the Aravallis is the oldest mountain in India. Remember, Aravali is the oldest mountain in India. So I hope you understood the maps. Now draw these maps in your outline map of India and submit the maps through email or WhatsApp for correction. One more thing, children, before I end this video, there were certain assignments given to you on Google Classroom. Those assignments are not yet submitted by many students. So it's a request to all the students to complete the assignments. Before the assignments, please see the presentations that are sent, see the videos that are sent, understand the topic, understand the lesson, then you solve the assignments. I have also sent you the notes for your reference. Mind maps are also made for you to make your work easy. Take the reference of those mind maps. Draw the mind maps in the notebook. This will help you in your board examination. Kindly complete the things and submit your assignments on time. We eagerly wait for your assignments. Children, we are not going to get time later as due to the unavoidable conditions. We are losing on our working days. And let's not waste this time now. We are sending the study material to you. Utilize this time effectively. Understand the topics. If you have any queries, please send the messages to the teachers and solve your queries. Complete the assignments on time. If school was running during this time, you would have been busy from morning 7:30 to 2:30. So same way you keep your schedule, complete the assignments and submit the assignments on time to the teachers. We all wait for your assignments. We feel happy when you complete the assignments. There are many children who have not logged in, who have not seen the assignments of geography till now. So it's a sad thing. There are many who have completed also. That's very great thing. So congrats. The children who are doing the work on time, keep it up. Do continue in the similar manner. And the students who have not yet started, please start and use your time effectively. Thank you.